3.3, naming ionic compounds. What's going to happen here is I'm going to go through some rules or some steps, and then we're going to do some examples. So naming ionic compounds, step 1. So this is like a 1 here, not really a bullet point. You're going to write the names of both ions, the cation first, the metal first. Okay, so write the names. Second step, if the anion is one element, meaning it's an element off the periodic table, if the anion is one element, you're going to change the ending. So change ending to IDE. Now, we got a new little word here, polyatomic ion. Polyatomic ion is just coming from here again, okay? So, you leave it the same, no change whatsoever. All right, so let's go through the examples here. So, problem 1, NABR. Step 1, just name both ions. So, Na, you have to look on the lovely periodic table and find Na. So you look, it might take you a little while for some of you. Na is here, so it tells you Na is sodium. So it's going to be sodium. Br, you go and find Br. A lot of times it's going to be on the opposite side. Okay, remember your first element is your metal. The second element is going to be your nonmetal. So it's going to be over here, or it's going to be a polyatomic. Okay, so for this one, Br is here, so it's bromine. But we got it off the periodic table, so it's not going to be bromine, it's going to be bromide. Bromide. Okay, that's where it comes back to these rules here. Step 1, write the names of both. Step 2, change the ending to IDE if it comes off the periodic table. If it does not, if it comes off the polyatomic, you leave it as it is. Okay, so let's do another one. K2CO3, you don't care about the numbers at all whatsoever. Don't look at the numbers, you're just naming the parts. Now, what is different about this one versus this one? Look at it for a second. What's weird about it? This one has 3 capital letters, this one only has 2. 3 capital letters. 3 capital letters means there is a polyatomic. Okay, 3 capital letters means there's a polyatomic sitting in there. You have to figure that out. Now, you have a list of polyatomics, and you should see that this CO3 is a polyatomic. So you go and look at the periodic table, and you see K is potassium. So you're going to label that as potassium. And then CO3, you're going to look at your polyatomics. Now this polyatomic list is longer than what you have, but it's still the same kind of thing. You're going to find CO3, and you should see CO3 is carbonate. Now, do we change the ending to that one? The answer should be no, because it is a polyatomic. That is it. Do not make it harder than what it is. You literally just name the parts. Don't make up any kind of crazy rules or anything like that. Just name them. Okay, so next example, NH4Cl. How many capital letters do we have? We have 3. So there's a polyatomic in there somewhere. You're going to start to recognize them quicker and quicker. Okay, so for right now, I'm going to tell you that NH4 is a polyatomic. So you go look at your lovely polyatomic list. Again, this one's a little bit different than yours, but you should see NH4 sitting there is ammonium. So you're going to label it as ammonium. Cl, that is a lowercase l, that is not an I. So you go and find Cl right there. Chlorine, most common mistake is to put ammonium chlorine, but if you go back to our steps, if you get the last part of this from the periodic table, what are you going to do to it? You're going to change it to chloride. Do not forget to change the ending to "ide." Now, you might get confused on where to change it at "ide." Most of the time, you're just going to chop the last 3 letters off. There might be some that are a little bit different. Just do the best you can with that. Okay, so next one, Zn. And you have OH sitting in here with a 2. You should already be able to tell that it's a polyatomic because you got those parentheses sitting there. So that is a polyatomic. So you're going to find Zn. Zn right there. Tells you it's zinc. OH, polyatomic. OH, find it on here. It is hydroxide. Okay, next, AgNO3. 3 capital letters, polyatomic. Go ahead and tell you that the NO3 is nitrate, or is polyatomic. So you find Ag, right in the middle here. Ag is silver. NO3, that polyatomic. NO3 is nitrate. And that is it. That's all you got to be able to do. So Li3N, how many capital letters? Only 2. So do we have a polyatomic? No. You're just going to name the parts. So Li is here. It is lithium. And then we hit N, nitrogen. Now this is one of those weird ones. Where does this "ide" come from? Where does it go into? Okay. So what's going to happen with this one is it's just going to be nitride. You get rid of the OGEN part, okay, and that's it. Done. Now you got some crazy mess going on here in this next one. This is the one that scares a lot of people because there's lots of letters, have no idea what's going on. This big cluster here, the C2H3O2, is a polyatomic, okay? So you just find Na, sodium, we've already done that one. And then this long polyatomic, this is one of our longest ones that we've got, is sitting here. C2H3O2 is simply acetate. And that, don't make it harder than what it is. Last one, MgS. No, there's only 2 capital letters, so we're just again going to look at the periodic table. So Mg, right here is magnesium. And then S, remember it's going to come from the other side because it's the nonmetal. So S is sulfur. Most common mistake is to keep it as sulfur, but if you get it from the periodic table, you're going to change it to sulfide. Drop that ending. And there you go. That is it for this video.